Today I'm gonna write you a story from my collection of pictures and memories. I'll do my best, not sure I'll remember it all right, but I'm gonna try to draw you my life. I'm gonna try to draw you my life. My name is Madilyn Bailey, and this is my Draw My Life. I hope you enjoy.
The story begins September 2nd, 1992. In a teeny tiny town in Wisconsin, there lived a little girl with crazy blonde hair who was always singing Disney tunes at the top of her lungs. Yes, that was me. I was a wild child and a total tomboy. Standing next to me is my mom, and she was always wearing pajama pants around the house. And then there's my dad, who had long, crazy rocker hair when I was little. And then there's my older brother, Jordan, and we were best friends. And even though I was born second, I was still the leader, the one who was like, let's go on an adventure. And we did. We went on all sorts of adventures, had tons of fun, and got into all sorts of trouble together, climbing trees like we were monkeys. So he decided to go to school, which meant I needed to go to school too. And I tried, but they wouldn't let me in because they said I was too short. Wah, wah, wah. It's okay. My mom homeschooled me instead. In 1994, my family began to grow. We had this ugly green couch, I remember, but I loved it, and it gave us enough room to have my little sister, Alex. And when my parents brought her home, I was totally under the impression that she was my new baby doll, and I carried her all over the house, undressing her and dressing her, and just having a really good time. It might have scared my mom a little bit, but I loved her. We also had these neighbors, and in their backyard, they had a beautiful garden. And when my brother and I would play with our orange ball in the backyard, every once in a while we'd accidentally kick the ball into their garden, and our neighbors did not like that. He would always stick his head out the window and yell at us saying, "You bad kids." So my family began to grow again. And my mom wanted more babies, but the doctor was like, "No more babies for you." So we decided to adopt. We did. We adopted my little brother, Isaac, and he is African American, and he has crazy curly hair, and he just added a little more color to our family, which was great. But more children means more trouble. This one time we created a mud pond in our backyard, and we left our muddy little handprints all over the back of our house. My mom loved it so much that she left it there until we moved. Now, my mom, she was a crafty little lady, and she always found ways of making us feel like we were having fun even when we were doing chores. One time, she turned our kitchen into a slip and slide. She gave us soap and sponges, and she was like, "Go have fun." And we did. We had a blast. And she just got to lay back and relax. Smart lady. Now, my family was growing, but that little green couch was not big enough, so we decided to move out into the country. In 2000, we built a house, and possibly the coolest part about it is that oval window. And we adopted my little sister, Haley, and she spent most of her childhood on my brother's back because she wasn't big enough to keep up with us, but she knew she wanted to play with us because we were cool. At this time, we were homeschooled, and I remember we had to have these binders in between us, otherwise we would just make faces at each other the whole time and not get any work done. Homeschooling was a lot of fun. This one time we got to make a mummy out of toilet paper and a pumpkin, and we carved its brains out and put it into those jars, the ceremonial jars my mom made. It was so much fun. A cool thing about our house is that right across the street is my grandparents' house, and they have a farm with all sorts of animals. Chickens, ducks, horses, dogs, cats, you name it, they had it. And there was also this convenient little cow underpass under the road, which made my mom feel really good about us going over there all the time. Also across the street was a river, and we spent most of our summer days there, building sandcastles, going tubing, doing all sorts of fun things. It was so much fun. Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a horse. That's so embarrassing. So when we weren't in school, we were building forts outside. We were trading and gathering food, and my favorite part about forts? You bet, the sword fights. Oh yeah. As children, we were inseparable, and it was basically the best childhood ever. But my family was not quite complete until we added my little brother, Caden. And then my family was complete. 3 boys, 3 girls. This chapter of my life really wasn't the most fun chapter. At this time, I was very sad and very lonely from being home all the time, and I knew I needed to change. So I asked my mom if I could go to public school, and she of course said yes. So in 7th grade, I started going to school. In school, I joined the marching band, which was a lot of fun because I got to be around music all the time, but I was called a band geek, and that wasn't very much fun. I also was trying to make friends with some girls, and for some reason, girls and I have just never gotten along, and they were pretty mean to me in school. So instead, I tried to make friends with some boys, which was pretty cool for a while, but I learned the difficult lesson early that boys and girls cannot be friends without one or the other falling in love with each other. At this time, I was also struggling with a learning disability called dyslexia, which makes everything from math to reading to spelling super difficult, and I just couldn't take tests or read as fast as the other kids, and it made me really frustrated with myself, when in reality, I just needed to be taught in a different way. On to high school. Things did improve for me a little bit in high school. I chopped off all of my hair and I started wearing dresses, which was fun. I also made 3 really amazing friends in high school that made it a little bit more bearable: Caitlin, Brittany, and Chelsea. I also found a few things in high school that I really loved: painting, and to my surprise, chemistry. I just never thought that was possible with my learning disability, but my teacher was amazing and taught me to love science. I joined Science Olympiad and competed in tournaments and won tons of medals. Turns out I'm pretty good at it. I also tried a few things in high school that I wasn't so good at. Basketball. Turns out, once again, I was too short. I tried cheerleading, but I wasn't peppy enough. I tried softball, which was actually pretty fun, and I was pretty good at it, but I found out with all these other things I didn't have enough time for the one thing I truly loved, which was music. So I gave up all those things in order to focus more on the music, and I started a singing group with my friend named Sarah Zabel, and together we called ourselves Belle and Bailey, and we wrote songs and we sang at local coffee shops. It was a ton of fun, but because we didn't go to the same school, it didn't exactly work out. But singing with Sarah did give me the confidence that I needed in order to sing in front of people all by myself for the first time, and I sang at my school talent show in front of my entire school, and it was so scary. It was so much fun. I didn't even have a proper chair, so I just sat on the steps. But my school was so supportive that I finally had the courage to upload my first video to YouTube. Yay! A cover of Mad World by Adam Lambert. I was so scared. I had no idea what I was doing. I just looked like a deer in headlights. At this time, I didn't even have a proper camera stand, so I just stacked things on top of each other. But I fell in love with YouTube, and I continued to post videos, and I posted a cover of Not Afraid by Eminem in my stairwell, and this video got some attention from some pretty big and important people, and even though those things didn't work out, it inspired me to graduate 6 months early, number 2 in my class, with straight A's, which was super important to me, especially with my learning disability, and now it was all about the music. In December of 2011, some pretty cool things started happening. I got a phone call from this dude in LA named Jake Coco, and he was like, "Yo, do you want to make a video together?" And I was like, "Sure." So we made a cover of Last Christmas, and it did way better than either of us expected it to. So he was like, "Yo, do you want to sign with my label?" And I was like, "Sure." So I signed with this label. At this time, I was working part-time as a CNA, which stands for Certified Nursing Assistant, and I was taking care of the elderly in a nursing home, which maybe isn't the most glamorous job, but it was making me the money that I needed in order to pay for plane tickets to fly out to LA to make music videos. In the meantime, I made a little cover of a song called Titanium, which changed my life. I was able to quit my job and work full-time on the music, which made me so happy. December 17th, 2012, The Boyfriend, the story you guys have all been waiting for. So up until now, I dated a couple guys who it just didn't feel right with, they didn't understand my career, or they just treated me like crap, so I wouldn't have any of that. So at this point, I was swearing off of boys. I was like, no more boys, I'm so tired of this. I'm just gonna be myself, I'm just gonna be happy, I'm gonna be single and try to embrace that life. And that lasted for about 1 month. Until I had a photo shoot with my photographer named Siri, who's amazing by the way, and she's like, "My brother-in-law is single and you should date him." And I was like, no, I'm happy and I'm single. So my mom came to me and she was like, "You're gonna end up alone collecting cats if you don't go on a date with this guy." So I was like, fine, I don't want to end up alone. So I did. I went out on a date with this guy named Jimmy, and we went to a local establishment called Applebee's, yes, the most glamorous place around. And it was basically love at first sight. Just my luck. When I stopped looking was the moment that I found him. The love of my life. Yay. 2013, what? So this year has been full of so many amazing accomplishments that I only dreamed would come true. I found the love of my life. I continued to post videos, and together we reached 100 million views. I have this thing called a YouTube bucket list, and yep, you can bet that was definitely something on the list. I was also invited to come perform on the main stage at VidCon, and I was able to perform for thousands of you beautiful people. And yep, you can bet that was on the list too. And this fall, I was invited to work with a band that I've been dying to work with since I started posting videos. I was invited to open for Boyce Avenue on their North American portion of the tour, and I played for hundreds of you guys every night. It was so amazing. And just now, we reached 1 million subscribers. 1 million. That's so crazy. What? 1 million. And that is all thanks to you and you and you, every one of you all around the world. I have the most amazing supporters and friends ever. This is all thanks to you guys. I remember way back when I first hit 100 subscribers, I freaked out and had a dance party. I was like, I don't even know 100 people. And now I'm living my dreams. What does the future hold? Well, I want to grow my hair out, and then I want to shave it again. I also want to go on my first headlining tour so I can meet the beautiful faces that make this possible, you guys. I'm also going to dedicate next year to vlogging so you can get to know me behind the scenes. Also, what's this? What is this? You guessed it! New original material. I'm so excited to share this with you guys. Also, collabs. Ooh, who is it going to be with? I can't tell you, it's top secret, but I'm super excited. I want to thank everybody who's been with me for the past 4 years. And if you're just tuning in, well, welcome to the family. This is my life thus far. See you guys later. Bye! Da 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 da.